Hey kids, welcome back to another week of Old Man Plays CFL Fantasy. I think it's going to be fairly short and sweet this week because I've only really got one strategy. But let's talk about the games a little bit. I'm not going to go through a bunch of players and who's what, and other than maybe just some fast comments on this. So I'm going to load up on Lions this week. It seems too good to not. Why? Well, because let's look at the other games. You got Montreal hosting Winnipeg. I don't trust Zach. I just don't. I don't know what's going to happen with the Winnipeg defense, so maybe like Dembski, if a person could afford him on there. Montreal, there's a strategy to be had of, I haven't checked what Morgan's price is, but go with him and then load up on high-priced players at as many other positions as you can. He looked not bad. I don't know how he'll do this week, but he'd probably get you, say, 10 to 12 points. And if you can make up for that with making somebody else your captain, if you take a chance on, say, a Rankin or a Hatcher, I don't know. It's a possibility, but I would generally stay away from it. The only thing that I might look at here as I'm doing this is a low-priced running back, but even that I'm not quite so sure of because Sean Thomas-Erlington is a game-time decision. If he's in, will Tights get a lot of work, and if he's out, then you have to have Tights. Anyway, I don't know. I may go that way. We'll see. Edmonton at Ottawa. Well, Cody might be a choice. He's been doing not bad. And that Ottawa defense hasn't been great. So it's a possibility there. But who are you going to team him up with? It's hard to say who's going to get the yardage. It seems like Dunbar is basically their possession and yardage guy, and when they want the touchdowns, they go to Keon Julian Grant. So that's a possibility, but I'm not feeling it this week. And Ottawa with Drew Brown in there, hard to pick just about anybody. So then we get to the BC-Toronto game, and that's where I think I'll load up BC. Nathan, he's not playing back to his 2022 form, even though everybody wants it to be. But he's getting better every game. He's not going to get a lot of pressure from that Toronto defense. Other than Chatfield, they don't have anyone really, and when he's not under pressure, he's been just sparkling. So I think that's where to go. And then Toronto, Arbuckle's been moving the ball. It's worth noting Coxie did not participate with his head injury on this, and I think he's been a decoy with that shoulder injury the last 2 weeks, so I would stay away from him. Worth noting maybe that Chad Kelly is back, marked as limited on the practice, but that doesn't tell me much of anything. And then we get into that last game of the week with Saskatchewan in Calgary. A couple of great quarterbacks, good receivers on both teams, but the defenses are good. So I'm leery. For Calgary, Rhymes has been out with a quad, did not participate as far as the injury reports show. Will he play? I don't know. And Tavon Jones has been out, did not participate, but that's marked as illness. So will he be back and better to play? Those could make a big difference in the game. Adrian Green is still out at corner for Calgary, but it looks like they got Ben LaBrosse back. So they may be a little stronger in the defense there. That's basically about it. There's not too much else to talk about on the injury reports or the depth charts. We know that Drew Brown is out. That is going to have an impact on that game. We know that James Morgan is in for Montreal, fourth string, but maybe one who's the best after Alexander from what we've seen. I don't know. It's going to be another fun week. Oh, I forgot to tell you at the start, my whole gambit of going all riders is just doing it on a lark since I was up against Ryan Ballantyne and he couldn't take all stamps. it worked out. I think I got, 121 point something, and the one game of the year I could have pulled that, and it worked. So I got a win last week. I'm back above 500. I'm 6-5 right now. I think I'm in 4th place in the scoring, but 7th once you take in head-to-head contests. And I got to stay in the top 8 to make the playoffs. So it's going to be fun. This week I'm against the league average, so all I've got to do is just be, better than half the folks, frankly. So we'll see. Let's fire up Pick'em on the computer here and see how quick I can put a team together. Okay, and here we go. I said I wanted to go mostly or heavily with BC Lions this week. So we'll start with Nathan Rourke. We'll put James Butler in there. And then at the wide receiver spots, we'll put in Keon Hatcher and Justin McInnes. Now, I would love to have Eberhardt too, but I've got 13 left to work with, and that's not much. So who can I get as a running back at that lowest tier? If I get off of go back to all, put this in 2 to 4. Who do we have show up there? Teese shows up. And other than that, Antwi, he's probably it other than a whole bunch of fullbacks. So he is our best chance. He's at 2.5K. That you can't get any cheaper than that. So that means now we've got 11.2 to go. So let's look at what we've got for defenses here. Put these open to the whole range and see what we've got. See if we can do it by price and get down to the bottom here. So we've got Ottawa cheap, Edmonton cheap, and BC cheap. Of those all, maybe let's go for BC. We could save 0.3K by going with the Red Blacks. So let's see what we've got on flex players here. That leaves us 7.2. So we'll put in a price of 6 to 8K. And we'll move down here until we get to where we can start seeing some players. And who do we have here? Jake Herslaw, Ungerer. Herslaw's been playing well. If we drop him in there, where does that put us? 0K. And that would then leave us with having the BC Lions defense, so definitely locking up on them. So this appears to be the team. BC Lions on the defense, Nathan Rourke, we'll make him our captain. We'll put him in there. James Butler, and I think it's Travis Teese from Butler from BC and Teese from Montreal. Then we're going with Keon Hatcher, McInnes, and Jake Herslaw from the Argonauts. I'm just going to check one thing here. We'll see if this makes the cut. How much is at the wide receiver position? How much is Mr. Eberhardt? 8.3, and I'm paying 7.2. So there's no way that I can come in and afford Eberhardt. So this is what we're doing. We've got Nathan as the captain this week. We're locked in. Well, that's it. Heavily laden with Lions. That's going to be my strategy this week. If you want to use any of my picks, do so at your peril. And other than that, please subscribe. Do it both on YouTube and the podcatcher. It helps us. You're doing your good deed for the day. Subscribing, leaving a like, which is dead easy. Those things are definitely help get the word out. We're seeing a raise in numbers here between this and the CFL Outsiders with the whole team. So keep helping us out there if you can. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think of my picks. Are they helping you or not? All those things. So, I'm having fun with this, but we could certainly use your help. That's about it for this week. Good luck with your fantasy. Good luck with your pick'em. You may have noticed I'm not talking about pick'em much this year because I was pretty solidly close to 75% most of last season and feeling pretty proud, and this year has not been as good. But anyway, good luck with your fantasy. Good luck with your pick'em. All you folks on the CFL Podcast League, turn it down a notch this week. Let's take the league average down and help Oldman out here a little bit. Other than that, hope we all see 4 great games this weekend. Maybe we can go back to what it was 2 weeks ago. Last weekend we had a couple of duds. Until next week, Old Man, signing off.